Avoidants aren't chasing the perfect relationship. They're chasing a fantasy, a version of love where nothing goes wrong. No conflict, no expectations, no emotional depth, just comfort, distance, and control. Because the moment that things get real, their wounds get loud. So they convince themselves that there's always someone better out there, someone prettier, someone funnier, more laid back, more interesting, someone who won't trigger them, someone who won't expect closeness. But that mindset isn't confidence, it's self-protection. It's a defense mechanism that they built in their childhood. They grew up believing that emotional needs weren't safe, that vulnerability leads to rejection, that closeness comes with consequences. So as adults, they keep everybody at arm's length, not because you're wrong for them, but because getting too close feels dangerous. When they start liking someone, the anxiety builds, intimacy rises, expectations appear. Suddenly, it's not a fantasy anymore. It's real, and real terrifies them. And that's when the internal alarm goes off. Something's wrong. They're not the one for me. There must be someone out there better. It's the perfect excuse to avoid emotional connection. It's the perfect reason to run. Because as long as there's a fictional better person out there, they never have to face their own walls. They never have to open up. They never have to do the inner work. And avoidants also confuse infatuation with love. Infatuation is dopamine, butterflies, sparks, excitement. But love is vulnerability, consistency, effort. So when that dopamine settles, guess what? They panic. They say things like, I just don't feel it anymore. And they use that moment as proof that the relationship was wrong, instead of realizing that this is the moment that real love begins. And then comes the distance, the fault finding, the fantasizing about someone else, maybe even the ex or a fictional soulmate. All this to avoid getting close to the person who actually cared. And if you've lived through this, you know exactly how much that rug pull hurts. They show up like they're all in, and they vanish emotionally overnight. But listen closely. It was never because you weren't enough. It wasn't because you lacked anything. You were held to a fantasy that no standard human could meet. And when reality showed up, their wounds took over, not your worth. So until an avoidant faces their shame, their fears, their childhood conditioning, they will repeat this pattern with every single person that they meet. So don't ever take the blame for their avoidance. It was never you. It was always their unhealed self trying to stay safe.